So it is really, really worth your while to work on your negative core belief. What do I mean by that? If I say I advise you to work on your negative belief, you don't work on the thought. You don't work on I'm not good enough, not in the sense that you think this thought and then start tapping or meditating, because what you need to work on is the situation, the specific event in which your ego made you think again, I'm not good enough. So you never work on a limiting, because it's your most important limiting belief, actually. So you don't literally work on the limiting belief, just thinking the limiting belief and then ask unseen therapists to just resolve it or help you abandon it or whatever else. Ego has a few cards to play here, because every single time that we go through a stressful situation, which is whatever the situation is, but it has some triggers and your stress reaction has been switched on, every single situation that happens, your stress reaction switches on, and then all the details of that very specific moment are stored in your long-term memory. And this is what ego makes use of, because it is stored for future use. And as soon as you are in a situation that you, quote unquote, recognize, that has details that are similar to what you went through before, that you experienced before, your stress reaction is turned on automatically. It's an automated response, has become an automatic response. Your ego is very aware of this. So your ego always plays around and helps you realize, quite often subconsciously, this happened before. Remember? So and so said the same thing then and then. This is all subconscious, usually subconscious. Could be conscious, but usually subconscious. But even if we realize, I'm thinking, I'm worried that I'm not good enough. I'm thinking I'm not worth it. They think I'm worthless. Even if at the moment you are conscious of the fact that you are thinking this, your stress reaction is still switched on. This is not something that you can solve by realizing that you're doing it. You cannot solve this by talking about it or thinking about it. Why? Because there is an automated link between whatever the trigger is and your stress response. The trigger is something happens in a situation. The trigger is also that you think, quite often subconsciously, I'm not good enough. That's an internal trigger, your self-talk. The link between that and your stress reaction is an automated reaction, which switches on with 11.2 million bits per second, if we were to express this in computer language. Your consciousness, your conscious realization of what is happening, only has about 60 bits per second available. That is so much slower than your subconscious reaction, that this reaction has already been turned on before you realize it. And then it's turned on. And when it's turned on, you can't just switch it off, because now your stress reaction is turned on. And this is one of the most important reasons why I'm so enthusiastic about EFT, because EFT really helps you to neutralize the situations in which these triggers play a role. This very important internal trigger too.